Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the range. Today we have another exciting episode where we're going to be looking at the FNX Tactical chambered in 460 Rowland. That's one of the most powerful semi-auto pistol cartridges in the world. Let's get to shooting. All right, well, let's get going. Today we have the FNX Tactical chambered in 460 Rowland. This gun is clear and empty. So let's lower the slide and just take a look at what this thing brings. As you can see, it's an authentic 460 Rowland. Appreciate the folks out at 460 Rowland who put this gun together. It is my gun. I did purchase it with my own money. They did not. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not trying to sell you the gun in any way. But let's just take a look at this gun. You see, it's a FNX 45 Tactical. It's sold by FN as with a threaded barrel. It's got some great features. It has 15 round magazines. Again, it's chambered in 460 Rowland, which is kind of a unique cartridge because it's a little bit longer than a standard 45 case. So in theory, this should not be able to fit in with a normal 45 ACP because it's 1/16 longer in the case. This round won't chamber in a normal 45 ACP gun. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at it. We're going to shoot it. How do we have it set up today? Well, it comes from the factory. If you buy one of their guns, it comes with the factory with a compensator on it. And they say you have to shoot it with a compensator. Otherwise, it's not safe to shoot it in these guns. So their barrel, chambered for 460 Rowland, plus this compensator. Now, they give you another set of springs that you can swap out. You can take this compensator off, and then you'll still have a threaded barrel. So you could run it like a normal 45 ACP gun, and I will do that at some point. We'll give you another review, but we're going to first look at the 460 Rowland. Why the freak would you want that? Because 460 Rowland is really cool, right? That's why you want that. People that live in more bear country than I do, in the grizzly areas, this might be a really good self-defense gun. Again, 15 rounds of 460 Rowland. Dang, that's going to be smoking. We're going to take a look at what that means today in terms of energy foot-pounds. We also have some gel that we're going to shoot. As you can see, I've got it set up. I've got the Steiner MPS on it. I'm kind of have mixed feelings about the Steiner. It seems like a very rugged, very clear, bright red dot. All of those things are awesome. However, with the Steiner, something that really doesn't make me feel comfortable is it only has about 1,300 hours of battery life. So after it shuts, and it has no auto awake. So it'll auto shut off if you have it on that setting, but it will not auto awake. I also have the TLR 1HL on front just because, kind of fun. And so, yeah, we're going to shoot it. It is a little bit of hefty. I'll put in the upper right-hand corner how much this thing weighs. And I do have an extra big back strap on here. I just find that I get a little bit better purchase on it when I'm shooting it. But yeah, it is a blast to shoot. I've already put a few rounds down range with it, and yeah, so much fun. So we're going to get to shooting. We're going to talk about it. We're going to look at the muzzle flip, and then we're going to compare it in gel to some 10 millimeter and maybe even some 9 millimeter. Okay, so let's just take a look and see how this gun comes. Comes with a very nice FN case. Comes with, like I said before, 5 magazines. It does come with the separate springs and parts with it. If you want to move it, shift it over to 45 ACP, you can do that. Use that spring. Use that hex bolt to take it off. Comes with all the good manuals and things. It also comes with some optic mounting plates that you can change things out. So yeah, let's just take a quick look at the trigger. Gun is empty, nothing in the magwell. Let's take the slide lock down and let's ghost the trigger for you. Here we are at a safe range. It's actually 180, so we're safe there too. All right, but it is in single action. Again, if you decock it, it comes down into double action. This double action trigger is really pretty crisp, but it's heavy. Definitely like probably 12 pounds, something like that, 10, 12 pounds. Doesn't show up on my trigger scale. All right, now that it is cocked, see it has a little bit of take up, to right there, a little play, and then a pretty short, crisp Slide there. Let me recock it. All right, so now I let out the, see a little bit take up and then boom, back in. Very short, crisp, light. Said 5 pounds. Gosh, that can't be right. Maybe after shooting it's lighting up. Okay, so this is just something I've been doing recently. We're gonna take a look at the recoil, turn it down into slow motion. You can see how that compensator does a fantastic job in reducing the recoil and slowing down the timing of that slide so that you can get full functioning. See here, we got 38 degrees on that. That's not bad. For reference, the P365, I think, had 35 degrees. So not terrible. Definitely, you're going to feel it a lot more than a P365, but in terms of the muzzle flip, it's not that much different. Okay, so first up, we just got some 9mm. We have some Federal HST, 124 grain plus P. And we're going to put that into the gel block. That's kind of a wanky gel block. It's one of my ones that I have redone, but yeah, we're going to put it in here. All right, let's see how that did. In typical trigger bar fashion, we hit a little low, skipped it off the table. We got very good penetration. Take a look at what trigger bar has today. Today, new on the channel, we actually have a measuring tape. So that went about 13.5 inches. That's from the PSA dagger. That's what we've seen from that barrel before. Maybe a little bit shorter. It's not the one with the threaded barrel. So yeah, we're getting about the same impact. Let me see if I can dig it out real quick. There was no digging needed. Here's my hand. Very nice. I'm guessing it's around 0.65, 0.66. We've done this test before. A million other people have done it. Very good expansion. No clothing in front. Yeah, we get that, but that's not what we're testing. We're looking at the wound channel. That's about a typical 9mm. Sorry, this block is a reused block. And yeah, if you can also tell, it wasn't really baked very well before I took it out, or it hadn't totally solidified up, so we got a little slump in it. Well, we'll see how we can do. Let's move on to the 10mm. Okay, so next up we have some 10mm. It's the Federal HST. I don't have very many hollow points, and I wanted to do a hollow point for this test. Let's see how it does in this gel block. I know the Federal, what I mean by that is Federal HST is not going very fast. We'll test these velocities later, but just for, and it's out of a 6-inch barrel, so this is about as good as a 10mm can do. All right, let's go downrange and see what happened. Okay, let's take a look at that wound channel. All right, there we have our 10mm and 9mm comparisons. That's very impressive. Let's just take a look at what we got. These are 20-inch gel blocks. So as you can see, 9mm went to about 13, 14 inches. And this one went to the 18 inches, which is right where you want it, stopping up so it won't over penetrate. Definitely getting the penetration. Look at that wound cavity. Wound channel, permanent wound channel goes to about 12 inches. That's pretty impressive. Versus the 9 stopped at about 8 maybe. Another 4 inches of pretty decent. But yeah, very impressive from that 10mm. I'm a little worried my 460 Rowland's going to go through this gel block and we won't catch it. And I didn't bring my other gel block. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so up next we got the 460 Rowland. I have 2 rounds. We have 1 round, which is some buffalo bore. I'll put at the top what grain weight it is. And we have some Underwood right after. So we're going to do 2 rounds into the gel, and we'll go and look at those. Whew! Okay, well, I think we need to go shoot another round. It just went 5 inches, and absolutely exploded. I would not use that in any kind of dangerous game type thing. It went so close to the 10 millimeter, so it's so hard to tell if anything happened. So let's take a look at that was the buffalo bore. Let's take a look at this Underwood, which performed just a little bit better. Went in up there. You can see it in the background. Very good wound channel. We'll have to take a look at that replay. And then look, it only got to 15 inches. So if you're looking at over penetration with some of this, that Underwood round did very well in terms of not over penetration. Buffalo bore just exploded. I would say that was not enough penetration. Man, that's a nasty wound channel. I'm going to take one more shot with that buffalo bore just so we capture that. Well, it's a good thing that block is bulged. Got it right in the side. I think we got a much better shot of that one. Let's go down and take a look. All right. So look at all these shots, man. I got 3 shots right next to these are 2 460, and that's the and that's the 10 millimeter. I couldn't get away. So this top one here, look how that thing just mushrooms and explodes and loses everything in it. Boy, that's got to be a cool. Look how massive that thing is. Let me see if I can dig that out. So again, those rounds are getting to right about 7.5 inches. But then let's take a look at this thing. Oh, dang. Looks like we got about an inch. That thing is pancaked. I don't think I'd trust that for some kind of bear protection, because it's not going to get in deep enough. Unless, I mean, obviously if you hit it in the head, it'll do just fine. But man, that thing is massive, about an inch, so doubled in size. So that's pretty cool right there. But I think we'd want something that penetrated a little bit deeper than that. And obviously, if I'm ever using this for bear protection, at least for me, obviously, I'm most likely going to be using a hard cast or a full metal jacket bullet. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to be taking a look. Why don't we do one more, and we're going to shoot a full metal jacket into this and see what it does. Probably smoke right out the end, but we should just do it for kicks and giggles. All right. So we've got one more. I don't have any hard cast, but I have some extreme penetrators. These are 200 grain extreme penetrators from Underwood. And yeah, we're going to get to shooting it. All right. Well, I smoked it right through everything else. I put it, these are the 460 Roland. It's a 10 millimeter. It's the last one that I just did. This is the next one. And it just smoked all the way through it. It's hard to tell the wound cavity. There was some nasty tumbling. Look at that wound channel. Wow, that was incredible. And then out the end it went. Not that impressive going through a 20-inch gel block. Hard cast from 10 millimeter will do that. I'm sure lots of things will do that. But certainly starting to show you some of the performance, and gosh dang, look at some of that tumbling through. It actually went through the other wound channel, so it brought a whole bunch of other debris with it, but dang, that's impressive. All right, let's just take a moment to admire the wound channeling that's going on when we compare 9 millimeter and 10 millimeter to this 460 Roland. Right, we're getting over double the energy, and that's showing certainly up in the block from where we're going from this 460 Roland to 9 millimeter. It's almost triple the energy, and from 10 millimeter, it's almost double the energy, at least with this 10 millimeter round. Although some of this Underwood, or some of this ammunition, is down what I would consider 700 energy foot-pounds that we're going to see at the end is not that impressive. But man, look at this extreme penetrator. I do think that that may be because I put all those shots in the same place, so it maybe had a little bit different effect, but still really cool. All right, so first up, we're going to be shooting the dagger with the 124 grain plus P federal ammunition. We're going to see what kind of velocities we're getting with that. All right, 1189. That's about what we've gotten in other times, about 1,200 feet per second. We've done this test before. Nothing to write home about, certainly. The one thing, I have a hypothesis with these federal rounds is that they kind of time them so that they're going to be good for the expansion. They get really maximum penetration in expansion. It's really good. It's a timing about your velocity, and it's also a timing about your penetration that you're getting. And so an expansion of your hollow point. So yeah, let's next up, we'll get going on the 10 millimeter. So next up we have this Tanfolio, and we're going to be shooting the 200 grain federal HST. Just get a velocity measurement with it. 1129. That's not too terrible. I've seen these down below 1,100 feet per second, but not bad. And I actually think that that's a good mixture, or what we saw in the gel shots. And so maximizes it with its penetration and expansion. So that's probably a good round. Now, next up, let's get going with the FNX 45 460 Rowland. Okay, so we've been having some issues. We had actually a stuck case. I'll show a little bit of a picture of that. So one of the buffalo bore rounds got stuck, or the case split in half and was stuck in the chamber. And so I'm probably showing that as we're describing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up the lab radar testing for the 460 Rowland here. We've also been having and experiencing some feeding issues. I'd meant to show how the gun functions and shoots just more in the kind of rapid fire succession. I do have the video portions that where I look at the recoil, but we're having some function issues. I have function tested it with all 5 mags full up, 45 ACP, runs flawlessly with full FMJs. I'm just having some problems with this buffalo bore and underwood. And the underwood, remember, jacket hollow point, the defender bullet, and then also this jacketed hollow point from buffalo bore. So we're just going to do some testing. We'll start off with the buffalo bore first and just get a velocity reading on that. And then we'll load up our 2 rounds for the underwood, and we'll get our velocity readings for that. And then after this, I'm going to send it back just to 460 Rowland. They're a great, fantastic company, and have them take a look over on the gun, see if anything needs polishing up or fixing up to improve that reliability. Again, this case length is a little bit longer than the 45 ACP, so that's where I think I'm having some problems. Gun functions flawlessly in 45 ACP mode, and we'll do more videos on that in the future. But let's just get some lab radar results on this. Safety first. And this is the buffalo bore 185 grain jacketed hollow point. It should be going 1,500 feet per second. We'll see what we get on the lab radar. 1,520. That's above what it's supposed to be getting. All right. So 1,520 is for our buffalo bore. Let's see what our 230 grain full jacketed hollow point. It should be getting 1,400 feet per second with that 230 grain jacketed hollow point. So let's see what we get with this. 1284. That's a little bit under what it should be getting. That's still a pretty spicy meatball. We'll put up the energy foot-pounds with this. It's just, this round is just sort of a devastating one. And then this is the Extreme Defender. It's a 200 grain. Don't have it with me. I'll put it up in the right-hand corner what it should be getting, and then we'll see what we do actually get. 1328. Okay, so pretty impressive, I think, with these rounds. The speeds and velocities, the power, you saw that in the gel block, just incredibly powerful rounds that are and projectiles that are being thrown down range. I think some are overpowering. We saw with that underwood, maybe overpowered the hollow point expansion and just left it decimated. I think that they Underwood XTP bullet did just a little bit better than the Buffalo Bore bullet jacketed hollow point did at that higher velocity. And certainly that Extreme Defender was kind of really impressive as well, even though it had, you know, tremendous penetration with it, which is what it's designed to do. But let me know what you guys think about the 460 Rowland. Do you have one? Are you looking at one? I'm really excited. I'm going to send this back out to the guys over at 460 Rowland, have them polish up some things, and then we'll do a little bit more reliability and function testing with it in another video. Until then, everyone have a great day. Everyone stay safe, and let's get to shooting.